Hi everyone. Hope you guys are all being safe and healthy and staying inside during this quarantine. So I was starting to film a quarantine weekend vlog and ended up doing almost nothing. Yesterday I laid out in the sun for a little bit because luckily California has nice weather. And it was sunny, so I laid out in the sun, read a book. I watched a lot of TV, ate, worked on a puzzle, watched Frozen 2 at night. So I really did not do a lot, and that's kind of boring. And today is Sunday. It's probably gonna be similar. So today I decided to take a shower, get dressed in real clothes. I'm even wearing jeans because I've literally just been wearing sweatpants and t-shirts, which is fine. It's, we're staying inside, but I'm just kind of at a point where starting to go a little stir crazy. So I figured getting ready would at least help me feel like a little bit of a normal person. So instead of filming a vlog this weekend, I am going to talk a little bit about how I'm dealing with all of this that's going on right now. I have very bad anxiety and have been a hypochondriac forever. So I'm just gonna kind of talk about it because I feel like a lot of people have similar experiences, and I think we can all learn from each other and how we're all handling this. And then I'm also gonna tell you some of the things that we've been doing, maybe give you some ideas for something to do other than just sit and watch TV. So let's get into it. Okay, so first of all, I've had bad anxiety my whole life. So obviously this whole situation is very anxiety provoking. There's a lot of uncertainty, which for me, that's the biggest issue. I have had lots of things get canceled. One of my best friends was supposed to be getting married. I was supposed to be going to her bachelorette party this weekend, and she was supposed to be getting married in a couple weeks. That is now all canceled / postponed. So that's the biggest thing that has changed for me. For the most part, everything else is relatively normal. I work from home often, and my company has been really good about making sure everyone has the resources to be able to work from home and keep everything else normal. So for the most part, my work has been normal. We've done some video calls and stuff like that, but it's been pretty normal. One other thing that's changed is I obviously can't go to the gym. I don't go to the gym every single day, but it's kind of what gets me out of bed in the morning. I work out first thing in the morning because it just helps me wake up and become a person, and not being able to go to the gym is actually making it a lot harder than I expected. I was because sometimes I do work out at my house, and I was okay, that's fine, I'll just keep working out at my house. But it's just really hard to get up and go downstairs into a dark house and be motivated to work out when there's not people working out around you. Also going to the gym, I'd have to get in my car, I'd have to get dressed, be a little bit more awake, whereas when I just go downstairs, it's not quite the same. So the first couple of days that the gym was closed, I slept longer than I should have and worked out, and it just didn't feel productive because I was well, I slept in and yes, I worked out, but it wasn't a very good workout, and now I'm just running behind on my day. So on Friday, I decided to get my butt out of bed as soon as I woke up, which has always been a problem for me. Go downstairs, turn on all of the lights, turn on the TV, and start working out. And so that's my goal for this next week, is to do that every morning because it just made me feel so much better. It does not have to be an intense workout, even if it's waking up and stretching or doing yoga or going for a walk or literally anything. Or if you don't want to do physical activity, just getting up and taking some time for yourself before you have to start your day, because this is kind of a crazy situation. Nobody quite knows how to handle it because no one's experienced something quite like this. So I think that trying to do something in the morning that's a routine, even if it's not what your normal routine is really important. All right, so another thing is I am a major hypochondriac. Always have been, for as long as I remember. I mean, in college, any of my friends got sick, I would be spraying everything down, keeping all of my bathroom stuff in my room. I've just always been freaked out about that. Luckily, I have kind of been able to get my anxiety more under control, and with that, I've become less of a hypochondriac, but I'm still concerned. So if you're like that, know that you're not alone, you're not crazy, and it's not surprising that that's how a lot of people are feeling, because this is scary. It's something that spreads quickly. A lot of people have it. There's not a known cure, and it's just very unknown, which I know for me, that makes my anxiety way worse. I hate the unknown. So not knowing is kind of stressing me out more than the actual virus, not knowing what's going to happen, all of that. So my advice for that is to take precautions, but don't obsess over it. First of all, of course, stay at home, but be productive with spraying down your phone. If you go out to the store or out anywhere, come home, change your clothes, spray down your phone, your keys, your purse, things that people might have touched or that you put on a counter or something like that. Honestly, for me, when I first started doing that, when this all kind of started happening, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm obsessing over this. This is bad. But then I kind of realized, no, it's not. It's not obsessing over it. It's being safe and it's being smart. So that's my biggest suggestion for managing that anxiety. The other thing is, try to think of the positives and not the negatives. I know that I can go down a rabbit hole of, oh my gosh, if I get it, then this, then this. If someone that I know gets it, then this and this. And just it keeps spiraling down into a rabbit hole. So what I've tried to do is start shifting my thinking to a more positive mindset. So say, okay, if someone I know gets it, this is what I'm going to do to make sure that I don't get it. Or if I get it, this is what I'm going to do to protect myself, keep myself healthy, and protect everyone around me. And kind of just thinking like that and being more prepared has really helped me and helped my fear that comes along with it. So I don't know if that helps any of you, but I hope that it does. And if not, just know that you're not alone. If you need someone to talk to, I'm here. Okay, one more, a little more serious note, I guess. This is a crazy time. This is something that is going to be a huge part of history, and I've been taking it seriously from the start, but it never really felt real, if you know what I mean. It feels like a movie. It feels like, okay, yeah, we got to stock up on groceries. Okay, yeah, we have to stay at home. But it's at the point now where almost everyone in our country is basically quarantined. Social distancing is actually necessary. And even though it's extremely scary, I wish that this wasn't happening. It's also kind of crazy that we're living through this part of history. One day our kids are going to be learning about this in their history classes, and we're going to be like, yeah, we lived through that. So I saw a quote that said, and you guys have probably seen this, but it basically said, your grandparents were called to war. You are being asked to sit on the couch. So that kind of put it in perspective for me. And I was like, all right, I can't complain. This could be a heck of a lot worse. We're safe. And I just thought that was really funny because it's true. My grandpa was in World War II. My great grandpa was in World War I. I have other relatives that have fought in wars. This is nothing like that. It is extremely scary. It's extremely dangerous, but we're going to be okay. The other reason that I kind of wanted to make this video was just to document this. This is literally, I feel like I keep saying the same thing, but this has never happened, and hopefully this will never happen again in our lifetimes. So it's kind of I want to document this, and I want to just talk a little bit about what's going on right now, because it's kind of just crazy. And I want to have that documented. So because this is such a crazy time in history, I kind of want to just document it. And I also want to just talk about what's going on in the United States and California specifically, because I know there's people all across the country and all across the globe that are dealing with this. And I think it's super interesting how everywhere is kind of dealing with it differently. So in California, we're in a stay at home. I don't know what that exact word is, but basically LA County is locked down. So stay at home unless you absolutely have to go out. All non-essential businesses are closing. So grocery stores are still open, but restaurants are only open for takeout. Basically anything that's not considered essential is supposed to be closing. Schools are all closed. Everyone's out of school. All the high schoolers, middle schoolers, elementary school kids are out. pretty much every college, I think, has shut down. The college that I graduated from has gone to online classes for the semester. My sister's college has gone to online classes for the quarter. So it's kind of just crazy because it's like everything is shut down. That's when it really hit me that this was like a big deal. I always knew it was, but it hit me the day that first the NBA was like, we're suspending all games. Then Disneyland closed. And then Purdue announced that they were closing for like, at that point, it was just for like the next couple of weeks. And that's when I was like, oh, this isn't something that isn't going to affect the whole country. This is affecting the whole country. So right now, I really haven't gone out. I've gone to the grocery store a couple of times. That's pretty much the only place I've gone in the last like week. It's been wild. I went on Monday morning. They open at 7, got there at 7:15. I didn't leave till 9:45 because the line was so long. Wasn't even getting that much stuff, just trying to like actually get groceries. And it was just insane. But I will say the nice thing was that people weren't aggressive. People weren't pushing and shoving. People really weren't taking massive quantities of things. Like everyone was kind of getting their fair share. I made friends in line. We were just like chatting about what's going on in life in general. So that kind of made me happy to see that even though this is crazy, we're all in the same situation and we're all working through it together. Right. So I want to talk about some like positives of what's coming out of this. Obviously it's scary and insane, but there are a lot of positives. A lot of gas and electric companies and water companies are saying that they're not going to shut off your services if you can't afford to pay for it right now. I know that a couple of the internet providers are saying that they're not going to charge overage fees because everyone's at home either working or watching TV pretty much. Since movie theaters are all closed, a lot of movies are being released early onto digital. For example, Disney Pixar's Onward is being released like in a week or two, and it was just released in theaters. Disney released Frozen 2 onto Disney Plus 3 months early. And there are a lot of people trying to help others. I've seen a lot of stories about people who have gone into a grocery store for an elderly couple that was too afraid to go in. I've seen stories about just people helping each other and offering childcare assistance. So I don't get this. Okay, let's talk about the toilet paper thing. I get, you don't want to be out of toilet paper. I get it. There are more important things than toilet paper. And it is insane to me how some people decided that they needed to buy toilet paper and stock up on toilet paper, and then everyone else followed along because the toilet paper was all gone, so everyone started freaking out. And that's just like a wild phenomenon to me. I don't get it. We have toilet paper, but like, if we didn't, it's not the end of the world. Like, you're gonna survive without toilet paper. You won't survive without like food and stuff. But you know, to each their own. But I have seen a lot of positive stories about people like donating toilet paper or diapers or wipes or paper towels, like different things like that to help people out. I also think it's incredible, all of the people that are still working and putting themselves out there, everyone in the medical field, people working at grocery stores and other essential businesses that are going out when all of us basically, like, the government's telling us to stay at home and they're still going to work because they want to help everyone else. And I just think that that is so incredible. I also love there's a ton of like celebrities that have been doing live videos. A lot of concerts and stuff like that got canceled and they're all hopping on and doing live videos. They also are all advocating and talking to people about like the fact that they need to stay home. They're using their platforms to get good information out there, which I just think is amazing. All right, so what have I been doing to pass my time? I have been making TikToks. If you follow me on Instagram, you've probably seen some of them. I'm obsessed with them. I am like not a creative person and cannot dance, but for some reason I've just found this creative outlet in TikTok and I love it. I'm gonna insert a couple clips. I can't put the actual sound in, but if you follow me on TikTok, you can go check them out. I'm just having such a good time with them, honestly. Like, it's just a fun way to pass time, to be a little bit creative, and to connect with a lot of people. Like, TikTok is thriving right now because everyone's connecting, because we're all in the same situation. So that's a really fun app. If you don't have it, even if you don't want to make TikToks, just go scroll through the page, and it's just really funny. I also have not done this yet, but I'm planning on doing this. I have some stuff I have to clean out, and also just some stuff that's been on my to-do list. You know, does anyone else have that like long-term to-do list that you're kind of like, oh yeah, when I get to it, I'll get to it, whatever. I have that. And it's stuff that I like just don't want to take the time to do. But now that we're literally stuck at home, better do it, because why the heck not? The other positive about all of this is that we get to spend more time with our family. Take this time to reconnect with your family. I mean, people talk about how they like wish they didn't have to work. They wish they didn't have to go to school. That's what's happening now. So take the time to connect with your family, to, you know, do stuff that you've been wanting to do. Like, you don't have to go outside or go out to stores to do things. There's plenty you can do at home. Connect with your family, make a puzzle, or like do a puzzle. That's what we've been doing. Read a book, watch a new show, play board games, play card games, learn a new skill. There's so much that we can do, and just the fact that like people are telling us we can't leave our house, I think is what's driving people crazy. But you don't have to leave your house to do stuff. There's plenty you can do at home. All right, and I'm gonna end this video with a quote that I saw. I'm gonna paste it over here, but it was basically saying that after all of this, I hope that we never take anything for granted again. A random day, saying hi to your neighbors, going out to a restaurant, going to the park with someone, any of that. We will never take that for granted again, because we live in a society where everything is just available to us, which is absolutely incredible. And we all work hard to be able to be in that society, but we also don't realize how lucky we are. And I'm a big believer in everything happens for a reason. And it drives me nuts sometimes when I'm like, why the heck is this happening? Like, this does not need to be happening. But hopefully we can get a reason out of this and say this is happening because we needed to learn how to appreciate life and everything that we have. That's my take on it. I'd love to hear your take on it and why you think this is happening. Any thoughts you have. I also want to know what you've been doing, because I would love some more ideas. I'm a person that my brain kind of like bounces all over the place. So even though I have a lot I want to do, I kind of bounce back and forth between tasks. So let me know what you're doing. Let me know how you're doing. If you need a friend to talk to, I am here. Go check out my TikTok for some great entertainment of me embarrassing myself. I promise you, it'll be worth it, because I'm like totally embarrassing myself on that app. So that's all I have to say. I hope you guys are staying safe and healthy. Thank you guys so much for watching. Love you. Bye.